Hey friends. So I just wanted to talk about quickly. I'll try to keep this brief. Knowing me though, that's a little difficult. Anyway, I just want to talk about why I'm involved with Game Church. Why I'm so passionate about this ministry. Why this is going to be my third trip just this year with Game Church as a missionary. And this is my very first year doing any kind of mission work with Game Church, and which is insane. I can't even believe it. But God has presented these opportunities to me, and I wholeheartedly, 100%, I believe God has revealed that this is a part of His plan for me, for my life, and because I've always been nerdy, like I've always loved video games, I've always loved anime, and obviously, like I love Jesus. So I, in the past, I don't know, probably few years, 2 to 3 years, I've just been wondering what God's purpose was for me. Wondering how I can mix my love for Him and my love for all things nerdy. And for a while, I wanted to start a YouTube channel, which I still might. But then Game Church kind of just presented itself to me one day. And ever since then, I've been so involved and so behind what this ministry is doing. They are going places where Jesus would go. He would go absolutely to places that, Pharisees, they didn't even want anything to go to at all. They didn't want to talk to tax collectors and prostitutes and things like that. But Jesus did. He showed love to the people of the outcasts. And so I feel like we as Game Church are being like Jesus and going to these conventions because we felt like outcasts, and I know that these people have felt like outcasts, especially from the church. They felt hurt by the church. They've had some very negative views of the church, um, and we are going there and we are telling them, no, that's not how the church is supposed to be. That's not who Jesus is. Jesus was love, and He loves you. And our very simple message, Jesus loves. We're here to give you free stuff and tell you that Jesus loves you. It's so simple, and people are just it's changing lives. I It's just insane. God is doing amazing things through Game Church, and it's changing lives. It really is. It, there have been so many people. There's my friend Jamila, who's a missionary with Game Church as well. She used to be Muslim, and partly because of Game Church, and reading the Gamer Bible, when she needed it in a hard time, she is now a Christian and heavily involved with Game Church. And that's amazing. And it may not seem to us like that's super impactful. Which, I mean, we kind of, take, Jesus loves me, a little bit for granted because we know that we're loved. But to somebody who doesn't know that, who doesn't know anything, who thinks that Jesus is this angry, mean, hateful dude, that just blows their mind. They can't even believe that Jesus loves them. Like, what? Like, it's crazy. It is. And it's just so awesome to see how people react to us standing there telling them that. We do get people who are negative, and they say things just trying to start an argument, but we don't engage that. We tell them, Jesus loves them. And most of the time, because we don't engage and we don't, fall for their bait, so to speak, they actually, disengage and they step back and they say, and they actually come out of it having maybe an appreciation for what we're doing. Because they thought that we were like the protesters standing outside, yelling at them, telling them that they're going to go to hell because they like anime and video games and things like that. And they realize that, oh no, that's not what we're about. And they, step back and they realize, oh, these game church people, they're not yelling at me. They're not forcing something down my throat that I don't want to, that I don't want to listen to. Yeah, we're not forcing anything on people at all. Like, they're coming up to our booth and they're asking questions, and they're taking the free stuff, and we're telling them Jesus loves them, and they walk away, and we with a appreciation for maybe Jesus, and that they didn't know, that they didn't ever think about before. So yeah, so and we get invited back to these shows year after year because we're not like the people standing outside. And we tell them, we get people who come up and say, oh, or so are you with the people outside? And we say, no, but Jesus loves them too. Because it's true, he does love them. They're not necessarily very nice, but Jesus does love them too. So, yeah, it's so important that we are going to these conventions. It's so important that we are there telling people that they're loved, because who doesn't want to be loved? I mean, really. There's nobody who doesn't want to be loved. We all want love, and we all want the unconditional agape love that our awesome God gives us, even though we don't deserve it. And people want to have hope. And obviously, when we have Jesus, we have hope. So if you would please consider donating to get me to New York Comic Con. It's coming up in less than 3 weeks. I still have $825 left to go. Of course, I trust God that he will provide. But if you can donate at all, please do. Because I know it seems like I'm going to a convention just, to have fun and hang out. But I'm on mission the entire time. I'm on my off shift. When I'm not on shift, I'm walking around, praying over the convention, playing our What Would Gamer Jesus Do interactive cards that spreads kindness around the convention. And I'm just looking for opportunities to talk to people and, let them know that they're loved. And I'm exhausted after the end of every day, and I just feel, God just telling me that I'm doing his work, and I'm advancing his kingdom. And so, yeah, if you could please consider donating, I can't tell you what that would mean to me. I wish I were artsy or creative in some ways. I could give you, some kind of reward for donating, so you get something out of it. But I'm not, unfortunately. I wish I were. I wish I was still my creative, artsy self back in middle school. But I'm not. I'm sorry. But I will definitely keep you updated when I'm at New York Comic Con, share with you my experiences while I'm there. And just know that your money is going towards advancing the kingdom, and you're partnering with me. I'm the one who's actually going, but you're partnering with me to tell these people that they are loved. And your money pretty much just goes for me for a place to stay for a few days. So yeah, just let me know if you have any questions. Let me know your thoughts, and please also be praying too for this convention. Pray that my team and I would be wise and courageous, sharing our message, and that the people of New York City's hearts would be open and softened to hearing what we have to say. Your prayers are just as important, if not more important, than your donations. So if you can or can't donate, just pray, please. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to this video. I love you all, and God bless, and I'll see you at New York Comic Con. Bye.